Good afternoon, and welcome to episode number 136 of The Other Side of the Ball. Double A here with you, and looks like 2-5 is in the building, but he's probably getting himself situated and ready. Um, real quickly, um, before I get started, and I know you can't see me because I'm literally preparing to get ready for work because your boy works on Wednesday nights now. But real quickly, from Mizzle and myself, we just want to say thank you guys for the well wishes and prayers as we deal with this loss, which is the reason why that I was not on the show last weekend or last Wednesday, trying to process this. So again, I mean, there's never not enough words to express gratitude and appreciation for those that have reached out and have sent their prayers and condolences to me and my adopted family. So I just want to say again, thank you all, thank you all, thank you all. So with that said. Playoffs in full force, playoffs in full brigade. Who will be the East final two to be a part of the final four? And of course, Vegas gets started with their playoffs this upcoming Sunday as we are back at it at Matter Academy East. And of course, more games continuing in the East in Asbury Park and in Maryland. But first off, we want to say that we hope you enjoyed the weekend holiday as we honored those that gave their lives. Some came home, some left home never to come home so we could come home. So again, our appreciation to all of our servicemen and servicewomen that gave their lives for the freedoms of this country. Whether you have your issues or not, we certainly say thank you. Hopefully, more in the panel will join us very soon. 2-5, if you can hear me, how are you, sir?
What's going on, man? What's going on? What's going on?
Just trying to process, man. Trying to process.
No, 100%. Trust me, I'm already knowing. Definitely sending prayers to you and Mizzle.
Appreciate it.
Uh, you know, appreciate you guys when you guys was there for me. So uh, the least I could do is just make sure I return the favor and be there for you guys if you need, or just even show the same support.
Well, it is greatly appreciated. Like I said, it costs nothing to be a decent human being and to show compassion to your fellow brother. So trust me when I say, Ms. Lo, I greatly appreciate that for sure, for real, for real. All right, so holidays are has passed and gone, and now it is time for some playoff football. Some very interesting matchups going on in the East,
Very interesting.
which is very intriguing to see, if you will. Um, Now, we might be having a guest from the Northeast, so stand by with that. Um, if we can get him going here when he's ready. So we might be having some guests from the Silk City Animals joining us as they return to the field. And hello, Mr. Tinder. How are you, sir?
Tender, what's going on, my man?
And now, Mr. Tinder, first questions first. Are you going to be back on the field Sunday for this next playoff game? As Mr. Vera is trying to pan in, but the Wi-Fi might be trying to not cooperate. And he just said, "Flight booked for Vegas. See y'all next week." So Mr. Tinder is very confident that he will be seeing us in the entertainment capital of the world coming up to you as I think officially it has been said, even though I still want confirmation on this, but it's been said that the Final Four will be held here in the entertainment capital of the world. And from the looks of it, and he says animals by 14 in his game upcoming on Sunday. So there you have it. And I think Chris's Wi-Fi, okay, A7FL just said it's happening. So yes, the Final Four, June 8th, will be held in the entertainment capital of the world. And
Oh shit.
so from what I'm understanding, it will be East 1 versus West 2, West 1 versus East 2. So some cross matchups that we've been wanting to see for years
Yeah.
possibly will be coming into fruition. And it will all take place here in the entertainment capital world on June the 8th. So that will be a very fun to see. And then, as far as I know, the championship game is still TBD to be determined if that is the correct terminology that we've been giving the info. Why we got the wrong doggone? You know what? Technology really likes to be that pain in the you know what sometimes. There we go. Mr. Webster is happy. Crossover playoffs is happening, much to the joy of his delight. And I think his Wi-Fi is now back in session as Mr. Vera joins us.
Hey, in my personal opinion, I feel like everybody, like this should be the talk of the motherfucking town. This should be the talk of the motherfucking pages. It should be the talk that everybody wants to talk about, okay? The cross play, the traveling, all that shit is finally happening. You know what I'm saying? It's finally fucking happening. And I'm excited to see some great football.
Yeah, it will be one for the ages, to say the least, as we say hello, Mr. Vera. Are you having microphone issues? Can't hear you, Chris. Can't hear you at all. Still can't hear you. 2-5, can you hear Chris?
No, not at all. I can't hear him, not even a little bit.
All right. So Chris is saying, hold on. He's going to try to get his. Like I said, technology is wonderful when it works right. When it wants to work right, but sometimes it don't work right. But yes, as 2-5 just mentioned, yes, crossplay is finally happening in the playoffs. Long overdue. Well, long overdue, or for the first time in a long time that cross conference playoffs is happening. But I mean, yeah, I mean, there's many possibilities. We can have another East versus West final. Um, whomever advances, or we can have an all Northeast championship game, or could it be possibly that you might have your first ever all West Coast championship game for the A7FL? All those
All
scenarios
right,
and
can you hear me now?
yes.
Perfect. Just had to change my audio out.
Ah, yes. Well, as we keep saying, technology is great when it.
Man, technology sucks.
Now you
I'm
feel
just
my
calling
pain.
it what it is. It freaking wouldn't let me even sign on because it kept telling me that I had problems with my internet.
Well, while you're here, Chris, I just want to say again from Mizzle and myself, your words are and your prayers are greatly appreciated, and again, just can't thank you enough. Hello, Mr. Gaither.
Man, come on, man. You guys are family, dude. This hit me too. I know it didn't hit me as hard as it hit y'all, but the thing about it is, my story, my history, what I went through last year, what I've gone through, how many people I've lost in my family over the last 12 months. So, I feel y'all. So yeah, hell yeah, man. I gotta give love where it's due, and give it to my brothers when they need it. So always be here for you, man.
Is
Always.
off topic, my bad. Is Mizzle actually here? Like is Mizzle watching? Mizzle,
No,
are you watching?
I don't know, but I mean, the message will get back to him for sure. Because I know he's one of the faithful watchers of this podcast. He normally chimes in from time to time, but I mean, I'm pretty sure you'll come across it sometime tonight when he's not handling things. But I mean, he like I said, the message will get back to him for sure, for sure. So that I can promise you.
All right, well, let me put this message out there. Mizzle, crossplay, Final Four, June 8th. Bring your ass.
Come on down, brother. You got a place to stay, man. You ain't got to look for a place. You got one.
Well,
So no excuses. Come down here, man. Hang out with your boys. Hang out with your family, man. come down and talk to us. Love to see you.
Well, there it is. So,
To my brothers.
salute. All right, Chris. So we finally got crossplay for the Final Four that's coming on June the 8th here in the entertainment capital world. What are your thoughts on finally Vegas getting some championship action, if you will?
You know what? I'm going to put this out there, and I don't really give a shit who gets upset with me for saying it, but I'm glad that it's coming to Vegas. I'm glad that it's going to be here, but I will be straight up and honest. I think that the championship should be here too. I know I could. People get upset with me when if they want to, but look, man, champs traveled last year and went and proved that they were the champs. And yes, I know Corey likes to say that one point absolute, destruction of BIC, whatever. The fact of the matter is the champs should play at home. That's all I'm going to say.
I mean, why not let them be at home while they 3P?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And I'm there with you, 2-5. I agree with you 100%. I mean, look, they traveled last year. Yeah, they beat BIC by a point. It's still a win. But the fact of the matter is, when you flip that around, the championship should be whoever's backyard is the champion. I get it. NFL plays all around. You never know. They announce it. You never know who's going to play there. It could be the home team. It could be somebody else. I get that as well. But in the situation that we're in, why are we having championships back-to-back on the East Coast? That's all I'm saying. I got to stand up for my boys.
Because they ain't got no
Insomniacs have
money.
done the damn
They
thing
ain't
the
got
last 2 years.
no.
Why are we going to change it? Hey, say that again. 2-5, you were sounding like a Megatron.
What the just said they ain't got no money.
Dub, did you get that?
Something about they don't have enough money to travel out there is the gist of what I think he's trying to say.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, look, Gaither just said it. We're not in the NFL. We're not. Plain and simple. I mean, this game is A7FL is highly watched.
What's up?
People
Bro?
like to watch it. What's up, Travis? And the thought of it is real in the back of my mind. And I've got to go with the champs. The champs should be, given the props and given home field advantage because they are the champs. Until you beat them, they are the champs. And when we look at it, I get it. I get it. I don't want anybody friggin', sending me messages and all that other BS. I get it. But at the same time, I'm just saying what's real. And what's real is champions should be playing at home.
Well, Mr. Webster, that very well could happen. But again, that's all that has to be played on the field on June the 8th. But, I mean, I'll say it from this perspective, talking about the damn Pettit Football League. But basically, if you're the number one seed, basically you are at home until you lose or you make it to the Super Bowl. And I mean, in the World Series, if you have the best record in either league, you have home field advantage up until you either lose in whatever series you there or you lose, but you have home field advantage. Same thing in the NBA. For example, Mr. Tinner coming in trolling hard. He's been trolling hard all show long so far in the 15 minutes we've been on the air. And now here comes Mr. Gaither, stealth all the way.
Tender. Let's keep it real, bro. Unless you're there, your team ain't really been looking the same. If we just keeping it real,
keeping it a buck. And I'll keep it a buck and go even further. We could troll all we want and say both Vegas teams are losing, but until you get out here and put your money where your mouth is, it's all talk. It is all talk. So what I'm hearing, and I'm sure everybody out here that Vegas is hearing, is that what Tender's saying is East Coast is coming out here and running things.
Man, they didn't even run shit back in the East. So how they gonna run shit out here?
Mm, mm.
Mm, mm.
I am just repeating what the man said. That's it.
Well, we luckily in this case we happen to live in the same city as the real men. So until we get some of the real men up in here, we ain't worried about that, my boy.
I ain't worried about it at all. I mean, when that, the thing about it is June 8th. So let me just see something real quick, because what a lot of people ain't thinking about, weather will play a factor no matter how you slice it. Oh yeah, it's gonna be over 100. So hopefully y'all are ready for that, because it hits you unlike back east with the humidity that everybody keeps talking about. Wait till you run out in 110-degree heat.
Hey, now here's my advice though on some real shit for y'all East Coast fellas, bro. The turf, hot as shit. If you got indoor cleats, wear those. Don't wear no real cleats and think that your feet gonna be okay, because they not. Wear you some turf cleats, wear you some indoor cleats, and you'll be all right. But if you wear some regular cleats, your feet gonna fall off.
Man, you ain't gonna last the game. When you get out here and it's 105 degrees in the during the day, and that turf is at about, I don't know, what y'all think, about 140, 145?
At least. At least.
Yeah, that turf is going to be, I mean, dudes have fallen on the turf and hurt and jump up because they don't want to stay laying on that damn that turf. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's why I always say football belongs on grass, but that's just one man's opinion.
Hey, it is one of those things, man. When you come out here and play, the one thing I can honestly say, because I've done it, Vegas is Vegas, and dudes will be finding out the hard way, because I've heard, guys, 105, man, but there's no humidity. Okay. Probably won't be any wind either. So, and even if there is, it's going to be like standing in front of a hair dryer at best. So when you go in, if you have anything to drink the night before, all that shit's coming up that next day when you playing. So all I'm saying is hopefully y'all are ready.
Hey, look, don't trip. When y'all got a division manager like such, don't trip. I'm going to make sure y'all got some good water, some canopies, all that good stuff. Got y'all some new water bottles and some other shit. Just return them at the end of the game. Feel me?
Ooh, that water ain't going to be enough, man.
Nah, yeah, I just literally bought like a whole bunch of new Gatorade bottles.
Oh, yes.
Dude, so a couple years back, one of the guys that I met, and I know we're talking about playing golf. I understand that. However, he used to play football, and he's from Louisiana, and we all know how hot it gets down in Louisiana.
Oh yeah, the Cajun is no joke.
Along with the humidity and all that. We were playing golf. We were not playing football. We were playing golf. He was having a hard time breathing because of the heat.
Dry heat is no joke, ladies and gentlemen. It is not.
Mm-hmm. Guys will make fun of it until it hits them in the ass, and then they ain't gonna make fun of it no more.
Man, it's cool. It's cool. I'm excited just for some football overall. I'm excited to see some new football, some new competitions. And when I'm saying new competition, I'm just even talking about as far as even for the number 2 coming out of Vegas. You know what I'm saying? They finally get to play somebody different. You know what I mean?
They get to test their skills and get to see how good they really think they can be. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see how everything can transpire, and just to see the turnout.
Well, I think there's going to be plenty of turnout. I think there's going to be plenty of people wanting to come out and watch what's going on, especially on that weekend. I'll tell you what, there'll be a lot of umbrellas in the stands. That's for damn sure.
Don't trip.
No, hell no, man. I ain't tripping, and I know
You know what
it'll
I'm
be
saying?
hot as hell in that booth, but I'll be up there calling it.
We're gonna try to
I
put it
don't know
together
what.
though.
Are you saying Fiji water?
That's
What
good
happened?
too.
Oh yeah, Fiji. That's some good water right there.
Yeah, I used to sell that shit when it first came to Vegas.
What's up? What's up? Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Oh yeah, man. Look, that's why I say, man. Look, check it out, y'all. Don't say it. I ain't gonna say it. I'm gonna let y'all continue to say it. But man, come on now, best division manager to ever do it besides Chris Bear. You feel me? But Gatorade water bottles, brand new, whole bag of them.
For your needs.
I appreciate you, Knox, man.
All
And
for your
you know,
needs.
not like
Whole
we.
bunch of brand new ones. You feel me? Brand new ones.
Oh yeah, I appreciate you saying that. And by the way, Fiji's FIJI. Just letting you know. But anyway,
Like the Fiji Islands.
correct.
Oh, he said,
That's where it comes
make sure
from.
you get us some Fiji water.
Yep.
Man, look out here, bro. We do straight tap. All right,
Yep.
straight tap. Not too much lead in the water. You feel
Nope.
me? A little
Just
bit. It's a
enough
little
lead.
bit clean.
Just
Yeah.
enough lead. Not too much lead. Just enough lead.
Hey, we even got ice.
Yes, and even the ice is unleaded.
Don't trip, man. Y'all gonna be straight. Y'all gonna be straight. We're gonna definitely welcome everybody with open arms, and we're gonna do what we gotta do, just to even be great hosts. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I'm gonna take pride in making sure that we host everybody accordingly, uh, and that we look out. You know what I'm saying? Any questions, concerns, anything, just get with us. Get with me. Get with Derek.
Get with me.
We'll take care of it. You should get with Chris. We'll take care of it.
We're all here, man. It's gonna be fun, man. The Final Four is definitely gonna be fun, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens this weekend to set up.
Man, we know
it's
gonna happen. We know it's gonna happen this weekend, Chris. Let's just get this shit over with, okay? Let's just get this shit over with.
I ain't arguing with you, man, because I agree with you.
Get this shit over with.
I agree with you.
We know who our top two is. We just need to figure out who's gonna be the top two coming out the East.
Well, in my mind, it's gonna be the Animals and BIC.
Yeah. Unless there's a magical upset, you know.
Yeah. And, I mean, look, any given Sunday, but I'll be straight, and I know we'll get to it later in the show when we do our predictions as far as scores and everything is concerned. But you know, I think that we've got a couple teams that are on a mission, and one's undefeated, one's got one loss. So we'll see. We'll see. That's all I'm going to say. I know, like I said, probably Dub. What do you think about 15 minutes before the end of the show? We'll give our predictions. Dub. I don't know, man.
Dub was getting. He was doing something. He'd probably come back.
No. Say that again one more time. No, mi madre was talking to me.
No, I said what about quarter till we'll give our predictions. For the scores for Sundays? Yes, no, maybe so. All righty then. We'll just say yes and leave it at that.
Can you hear me? Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hello?
we can hear you.
Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you, Dub.
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
I can. No, I stepped outside into the real world, so I had to go from Wi-Fi to regular 5G crap. So that's probably why I can hear what you guys were saying.
Okay. Well, I just said we'll give our score prediction and everything in about 45 minutes.
Well, that's fine. That works.
Okay.
But I think one team that possibly could cause chaos, but also that depends on how much they show up. But I really think one team that could cause chaos is perhaps the Baltimore Watchmen, because remember, they were a part of the Final Four 2 years ago. And of course, they did beat the U. Even though we know it's not the same Patterson U team, it's still being the Patterson U. But the Watchmen could possibly do whatever they can to cause chaos and cause an upset. Um, I mean, time will tell. We'll see. But I mean, what
Christmas.
2-5 said in regards to who he thinks the Final Four might be, it's hard not to agree with that. So, um, I mean, yeah, I'm anxious to see.
Dub, you're starting to break up.
Hey,
There you go.
that's because I got in the car.
Ah, okay. You heading to work?
Yeah. Yeah,
Gotcha.
I gotta be there at 7, but I'm getting an early head start, and plus, I'm a little bit hungry, and light skins like to eat, so there you go.
That we do, my friend. That we do.
So that's why
As
you
soon
have
as
been
we're done
seeing
with
my
the
light skin
podcast, I'll be
face.
downstairs grabbing me something to eat. So I agree
But
with you on the Baltimore Watchmen side
now,
of things. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think that if there's going to be a team that could potentially throw a monkey wrench into the playoffs back east, it would be them. I would have said the U, but they have not looked the same as they did last year at all. And I know it's over.
correct.
So, I agree with what you're saying about the Watchmen.
I feel like with it being playoffs too, it's gonna cause a lot of players that haven't really been present to make that special appearance. And I feel like that's gonna happen all over the league. You feel me? You're gonna
Yeah.
see a couple players that you might not have seen all season. Or you might see a couple players that are free agents, right? So they're gonna pop up and I feel like
Well,
it's gonna be some interesting shit that happens this Sunday.
I agree with you. And I think that, some of that interesting shit could be right here in Vegas.
Of course.
So you never know what's gonna happen, man. That's the thing that people we tend to overlook. And while guys, look, man, I've said it before on this podcast. I'll say it again. If you ain't talking shit about your team, do you really believe in them? Because I agree, I ain't gonna down tender for what he said at all. If you ain't talking shit about your team, something wrong with you. You don't believe in them. Because at this point in time, you should be
Well,
talking.
I will say. Well, I will say this: if the Wolverine does indeed play for the Watchmen, it gives the Watchmen a very more than significant chance to win their game on Sunday for sure. He he is certainly one of my favorite players to watch. Certainly on the defensive side of the ball, he can be a difference maker for the Watchmen in this upcoming contest, which we will give you the matchups momentarily
Oh, without a
as
shadow of a
we
doubt.
are glad that you're with us. That's the big question for the Stealth. Who is their damn quarterback? Who can
Well,
lead
dude, look,
consistency on that offense?
we have said it on this show. Dub, you and I have said it live on air when we're talking about the stealth. And we've talked about their quarterbacks and the way they change them around. Now, with a new head coach, does he make a change and go with one quarterback? Have they been working on that over this last couple of weeks? And are they going to be showing something different? I don't know. But at the same
If
time, when you look at what Sickwood could do and their quarterbacks, because don't forget they got Deion Fox too. It ain't just Stone, it ain't just Canyon Stone King. It is also Deion Fox. So you got to be aware of that. And if he comes out to play, the man is very mobile.
Adds a
so,
different element to the sick offense for sure.
let me ask you guys this, right? If you are the stealth and it's win or go home, win or go home,
Yeah,
who you putting at QB?
If it's win or go home,
yeah.
it seems to me the offense has been most consistent when Teo has been in at quarterback. Um, because he does add that element of getting the ball downfield. Um, like I said, we really haven't seen Karlaftis. really haven't seen him play much at quarterback. He'll go in for a series or two, but never get given a chance to be put in to get a rhythm. Um, I don't even know if Tannehill's even on the squad anymore. So I mean, I would ride and die with Tail because again, Tail has given me the most consistency on offense, running the offense when he's been in the quarterback position. Now again, I don't know what Coach Thomas has on his sleeve. I'm sure he has something. I don't know what you can develop when he just came over and took over the organization. Like what, 2 weeks ago, the last time we played per se.
Yeah, was it 2 or 3 weeks? I
Somewhere in
think
that
he,
time frame.
I
Like
think
two.
the last time we played was the second week at the coaching position.
Yeah,
But anyway,
I think he only coached one game for real.
But I mean, I agree with Gaither. 42 has been effective at quarterback.
he has, but the better arm, in my estimation, is number 17. And he's got some legs, and he was the one that gave Sickwood a few fits in the first half when they played the first time. Not the second time, but when they played the first time, he was the one that gave them the most fits running the ball. So I think that if I'm going to go with anybody, that's the quarterback. Oh, okay. If Gaither's saying he's not there anymore, then I don't know exactly where they're going to go, because the problem that I see with the stealth is when you have three quarterbacks, do you really even have one? So that's the problem that I see with them. Now, when I look at the matchup, there's a matchup problem too that I see between Sickwood and the stealth. And the matchup problem that I see is in the trenches, especially if they got Sayal and some of their other um, offensive linemen. They're big guys that are there that can be
Yeah,
there. It is a matchup nightmare for them, because I think that gives the stealth a little bit of fits on their defensive line. Just saying.
I'm surprised at both your
another
guys'
very valid.
answers.
You're surprised?
In a sense,
Why?
because we all got different quarterbacks. And that's the same problem that the stealth have,
Yeah, true.
right? So
True.
me personally, I'm going with G Hurd.
Oh, damn. Okay.
And the reason I'm going with G Hurd is because he has the talent to do it as
Mhm.
well as play other positions. But he has the
Correct.
talent to do it. But with him having the talent, he also has the experience.
That
He's
he
played
does.
them. He's played sick with it. He's played in Max. He's played the Force. He's played everybody. And with him back there, it was always a problem in a sense. In some case, I wouldn't say a problem, but it's always been pretty challenging for him to get tackled. He knows when to run. He knows when to throw. He knows how to command the offense if you let him. He knows how to command the huddle. I haven't seen that from these other guys.
Yeah, I
I'm
ain't gonna.
not
I'm not
seeing
gonna
them
argue that
command.
with
I'm not seeing them command the huddle. I'm not seeing them. You feel me? Even show the passion, right? When wanting to win, because they, in a sense, still trying to figure out if they're the starting piece. Now, it would be cool to incorporate them if need be, but me off the rip, I'm coming out with G Hurd. Whether you give me a beefy ass D line and they run, and we already know, okay, Sickwood has some solid D linemen, but they also have some D linemen that over pursue. They have some D linemen that can't necessarily tackle. So that right there, I'm putting him back there.
it's actually
He's
not.
gonna know.
It's not a bad. It's not a bad play, man. I agree with you. It's not a bad play. But if I wanted to, I'd
Now,
take that and I'd flip the script on that, and I would agree with you and say, yeah, G Herd gives them one of the better chances to win the game.
Yeah.
But Now here's my tough question for both of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Who is covering DP and Mr. Richardson?
They got a couple guys over there that's
tough.
Look, you're gonna cover one of them. What up, Miz? Glad you're on here, brother. You can cover up one. You can double team one. But I'm telling you just from what I've seen, DP and Mr. Richardson is a hard out.
okay. Now let's just say this.
Okay.
Okay. Sick with his O line ain't been just grade A.
I would agree with that too.
So if let's just say the stealth just happened to put some pressure down there, we've seen what certain we've seen how both quarterbacks could respond under pressure. So you might not be able to get the ball to DP. You might not be able to get it to Richardson.
I don't know, man. It like I said, it depends on
Now, yeah, who
are
they come out with, right?
Are they going to have their starting lineup? If they have their starting lineup, if
Who
Sayal's
is their starting lineup though?
but if Sayal's out there, and some of the other guys that have been out there are there to watch and see what's going on, it might be a little bit more difficult, especially if they lean on the run just a little bit. Because if they lean on the run just a little bit more, I think it could. I'm not saying it will. I'm saying it could make things a little bit more tough for the stealth to pin the ears and just come after the quarterback.
Oh no. I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. You said the starting offense. I've seen the starting offense. You've seen the starting offense.
No, starting
right?
offensive line.
Right, starting offensive line. That's what I was talking about. My bad. Yeah, but either way, like if there's some matchups where if you put certain people down, even against that offensive line, it can still be a challenge.
Oh, look, man, I ain't disagreeing with you at all.
I'm just trying to tell you,
disagreeing
DP
with
probably
you at
not
all.
going to be open all the time.
What I'm
It might
saying
be some
is,
pressure.
what I'm saying is, when they go big on that offensive line, they could be problems for just about anybody. What I'm saying is that I think that if they run the ball to start the game, it could create problems because I don't see the stealth going. There's three defensive linemen. I don't see the stealth going 6 deep on that defensive line. And that's why I'm saying it could be problems.
They got a new coach over there, so hopefully they've been studying film and they know how to come out this Sunday. You feel me?
Well, I agree with you, but I also know Mark well enough. And he's going to be studying film as well. And he's going to show them a few wrinkles they haven't seen. You know that too. You play with Mark, you know what's up. And you know he is not going to come out with the same old, same old. He's going to come out and give them a couple of wrinkles they ain't seen. So they have to be ready for that as well.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? You think it's going to be
I don't think they're gonna take this game serious because they know they could beat them.
Well, yeah, they know they could beat them, but at the same time, I think Mark is smart enough to understand any given Sunday shit could get the script could get flipped.
So you think Sick with it gonna come out this Sunday and really like you see like Sick with it 2.0, like they're gonna be revived?
Yes.
They're gonna come out and show us something different?
I think that Sick is gonna come out to this game specifically with one mission in mind, and that is the fact that they know they have to beat the stealth, and they've got to take their game to the next level, so that way they're ready for the Insomniacs. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I'm just trying to follow you, Chris, because I feel like they're not gonna take it serious and they just gonna come out, play football, make it a game, but of course, get the dub. But like, I want to see what you're talking about, though.
I just have this feeling that Mark is taking this a little bit more serious, knowing that it is a crossover play for the Final Four. And I don't think he's going to just take this laying down. I think he's going to be a little bit more serious about this game, knowing what's going to be coming the next game. So I
Okay.
think he's going to use this game as a platform for him to get his guys ready to go for the following week. Come on, man. You know as well as I do. There's Vegas pride going into next week. You know that.
Mhm.
And these guys ain't going to be taking this shit laying down. They know, Sick with it especially knows what's on the line for them. So I don't think that they're going to take this game lightly. I think that they're going to take this game more serious. Okay, we might see to where they take the game seriously for the first half. If they're up big, then I could see them taking it easy. But what I'm saying is, I don't think so. I think Mark is going to be like, look, man, this is business for this game because we need to stay on top of business for the Final Four.
Now, how did the stealth respond to that though? I feel like Alonzo himself, was just coming in and taking over the team and trying to gain his guys' trust, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even the guys gaining his trust. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's a
Oh,
big
yeah.
test for him. It's a big test for him in the stealth. Now, granted, we all bullshit and we all crack our jokes, but in reality, I know they got a lot of talented players over there that, of
That
course,
they
want to
do.
win. They want to win. They know in a sense what it takes to win, but they just continue to fall short when it's that time, right? But they
No,
always take it and they make do with what they got. So it's not nothing that we haven't seen. And I feel like if anything, a lot of those guys have definitely gotten better. So when you ask who's going to be able to cover certain players or how the matchups are going to happen, you
mm-hmm.
can look across the field and there are some guys that can lock and in a sense, manage their responsibility. You feel me? And it's gonna be some great football, and I think it's gonna be some big plays on both sides of the ball for both squads.
Well, and I'm not going to argue with that fact with you. I agree with you, but I think that I really do think that for teams, both DP and Richardson create problems for for secondaries. And I'm interested to see what the Stealth are able to do because the first time they played them, just going off of what I saw a lot of those two guys running wide open. So we'll see if they're able to change that in this game. So we'll see what happens. And I'm going off of what my eyes showed me. I mean, I call these games. I'm going off what my eyes showed me that first game, and what I saw, like I said, was a lot of wide open wide receivers. But I also saw when Sickwood decided to run the ball, they ran the ball. So we'll see what happens. I mean, it is what it is. Do I think the Stealth are a good team? Yeah. Do I think that they could, give them another season or two? Could they be even better? Definitely. But I really think that in their inaugural season and coming out and playing, and I know that they're I don't even know what to call him anymore. Their owner, I guess, would be the best way to put it at this point in time. He said in the preseason he felt that they were going to be the number 2 seed going into it, and what we've seen from them, they've played good. They've played ball, and I think that they're in that tier between um, the Sickwooded and Insomniacs. I think they're above all the rest of the teams, but I don't think they're to that tier that has the Insomniacs and Sickwooded in it. Not yet.
And the A7FL page just said, and I'll post it again, it'll be very hard for either secondary to keep pace with BIC's offense if they make it to 6-8. Well,
Yeah,
again,
that's a
the
fact.
and with
That's
that
a
said,
fact.
if should BIC take care of business, and there's really a reason why they shouldn't take care of business, BIC would host the number 2 West team, and that will take place out of Sick and the Stealth. Which
Yep.
Yeah.
again, if you're if you're just joining us, it is official. The Final Four will be held here in Vegas on June the 8th, as East 1 takes on West 2, West 1 takes on East 2. So I mean, let's just hypothetically, you possibly could have an Animals Insomniacs matchup and a BIC Sequid matchup. And then, of course, the championship game will take place on the 22nd as we take Father's Day off on the 15th. So, but of course, as we said, the Watchmen can definitely implode chaos on this situation. So, I mean, we just have to see what happens when the games come into fruition on Sunday.
Agreed. That's why any given Sunday, anything can happen. At this point in time, the 8th is going to be key. And I can tell you right now, without a shadow of a doubt, without any doubts in my mind, I can tell you right now that this is where we see the Insomniacs step up. This is where we see Sick step up. And the reason why I say about those two teams is because they've been here before. And out of all the teams that are left in the Vegas division for the playoffs, those are the two teams that have been here before and know what to expect. And Sunday we're lucky. We are lucky because it isn't going to be as hot on Sunday as it is Saturday. We can get some relief because it's only going to be in the 90s on Sunday. Um, Saturday is supposed to be over by my house. It's probably going to be like 108, 109. So ain't going to be no joke. Sunday is supposed to be in like 93, overcast and possibly rain. So we'll see what happens. All I could say is we'll see what happens on the 8th because as of right now, I'm seeing that it's supposed to be in the
What's up,
hundreds
Kino?
again. So, anybody who thinks that heat isn't going to play a factor in these games, oh, it's going to. And the depth of your depth chart is going to play a significant role in what happens in some of these games, especially if some of these teams don't travel well from the East Coast. Oh, it's gonna catch you.
And that's going to be the biggest factor. Who is going to travel? Will they have their full squads? That remains to be seen. We don't know, and that's going to be the big question. Out of all the questions, is who is will they? We know when they're full. We know how much depth the BIC have, the animals have. If they're the two to come here from the east out here, will they have their full depth? That's a question because again, we saw it 2 years ago that the Nightcrawlers didn't have their full squad per se, if you will. Still gave a hell of a game, but at the end, I think the depth of the Insomniacs played out. Last year it was about as even because I mean mainly most of the Insomniacs were there, most of BIC was there, and it really turned into 60 minutes of football. So I mean, again, this is where your depth in situations like these play a huge part in this. And what's going on here?
Well, and don't
And
forget when the Nightcrawlers came to Vegas, we went out to we're in Arizona technically, and it was
correct.
115 degrees outside, but the game was
Yes,
played indoors.
correct.
So that is a big difference too, because they didn't have guys that were, you know, tongues dragging on the ground because it was so hot. It's going to be different because 100% of what we're going to be doing in 2 weeks is going to be outside. And Gaither, you will be playing next Sunday or this coming Sunday. If you want to play the following Sunday, you got to win this Sunday. But nonetheless,
No,
it
because after
is.
that Sunday we're taking off.
Oh, that's
The
true. So
I'm sorry, the 15th. I'm sorry.
the 15th, we're taking off for Father's Day,
Yes,
and it'll be the
yes.
following weekend that
The
we,
championship.
what is that? The 23rd,
The 22nd is the championship game. So
22nd.
here's how it is. Okay, this is to determine who will be the Vegas final two to go to the final four because it's not gonna be like it was the last 2 years to where Insomniacs play to be champions per se. This particular matchup is the final two coming out of the East with their final. Okay, the East are having their final four this Sunday, and the two ones from that will be coming out here on June the 8th to play the top two here, and that's the league's final four on June the 8th. Then we take Father's Day off, and then we crown a champion on the 15th. I'm sorry, the 22nd of June, not the 15th. 15th, um, dads will be honored, and I'll leave it at that. All right, so I hope what I just said made sense. I
No,
hope.
it makes sense. Made
Okay.
perfect sense. So I mean, that realistically, June 8th is going to be it. I mean, the two winners from those those two games are going to face each other for the championship. So it's going to be interesting to see what goes on from that standpoint.
Correct. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we do have some guests coming out of our show. Joining us are the Animals owners, the Sebastian brothers, or just one of them, but we have one Sebastian here. We got a Jar. Jar, welcome to the show.
What's
Um,
up, fellas? What's up?
What's up, man?
so, welcome to the show. Big game for you guys coming up this upcoming weekend, as of course the East is having their Final Four. Just talk about your team's prospects and possibilities of being a part of that Final Four and perhaps making the trip to Vegas on June the 8th.
Honestly, in our minds, man, I don't think there's a perhaps. In our mind, we're ready to come out and win a game. On Sunday, we're ready to go out there and play. All of our guys. I know everyone thinks it's like a one-man band, but again, there's 7 people playing on offense, 7 people playing on defense. You have the 3-on-1s. They're all individual players. My brother and I think we banded a good team together, a good, solid all-around team. Um, Not just our first stringers or second stringers, but even our third stringers, could start anywhere. So we have a tough challenge of who's going to start here, who's going to start there, how we're going to rotate. But we've been managing good. Um, we have no calm, no quarrel within our team. We're ready. We're hyped. Everybody's just locked in, focused. We were able to give our quarterback week 1 of the playoffs off, uh, and we went out and put a show on and showed you CJ is still CJ. We went 53-0. Defense pitched the shutout, amazing. 3-on-1 did phenomenal. Our returns were great. We had one punt return for a touchdown. Um, so I think all around our team has been doing good. Well, my team has been doing good, and we're just ready to play, man. We're ready to play. It don't matter who lines up in front of us. We have one goal, and that's winning the chip, and that's where we're going. We're a freight train right now.
And Knox, if
Two
you're
five,
talking,
Chris, you got any
we can't hear
questions?
you.
Can you hear me?
No, we got you. I was just saying,
Oh,
Knox.
we can hear you.
He was saying something, but I couldn't hear him. Go ahead, Dub.
Hopefully, no, hopefully, 2-5 will get his mic back on. But of course, the East Final Four is currently taking place on June the 1st, um, as we have the Animals, and they'll be taking on the Watchmen, which would be a very intriguing matchup, as the Watchmen, of course, beat the Patterson U the last time we played, 32-31. Jar, give us your thoughts on the Watchmen and how you feel you guys can exploit their defense and put points on the board against the Watchmen.
Honestly, we gonna win the game in the trenches. We both a good team. All that intimidation factor, all that stuff really don't phase us. We could care less. All that rah rah stuff. Um, we just there to play a game. Excuse me. It's a game we all love, so we don't want to disgrace it in any kind of way. But we definitely go out there and try to make sure we show face as best as we can. Um, and if we're gonna run, we're gonna run. If we're gonna pass, we're gonna pass. And that's our mindset right now. Like, it don't even matter. We could tell you what the play is, and we're still gonna run it. And that's really our motto right now. That's all our mindsets from the top to the bottom. We have a management core. We do our things. We meet up all the time with our team. Like, we have everybody in our chats. We have offense, defense, the whole team. We have 3-on-1 team calls. Like, We do it all, man. And my guys that help me out, Joker, Dre, Macho, a few of our guys that help us out management wise. We appreciate them. They definitely help us. It's not a one man show. Richie is our offensive coordinator. When we're on our calls, he's like leading. Hey, this is what's gonna happen. This is what we're gonna do. DT, watch here. O line, this is what's happening. Receivers expect this, and then the same vice versa for defense. We're going over. Hey, look, this team. So, and I feel like all top teams are doing that because before my brother and I we used to take flag serious because there was really no money in A7. So, yeah, we were losing in A7, but we were winning a lot of money in flag. Now A7 is like actually worth something. The networking is crazy. It's a lot more in tune. So we're like, yo, we got to take this serious. We started recruiting. We were able to get Huff up here. Um, we were able to get a few more pieces. We got Jeff. I knew Jeff from Flag, so I asked Jeff to come along. I had our quarterback ask him, to come along. He was able to bring some more guys that he knew. We would have brought them before, but we couldn't. Rosters were locked the way things happened. Uh, After that, when DT first came, we started him off slow so he could see how the league is, how the rules and the play is. Because yeah, people play 7-on-7, 5-on-5. You can play all different kind, but A7 still has its like unique factor to it. So we wanted to make sure he knew what to expect, things like that. And his first game was against the U. His first play was a fumble. So that just shows how much confidence we have in our guy. He's our QB1, man, and he's young, man, but I think he's gonna lead the animals soon. So I'm
So
excited.
I
Now,
got a question for you. What is your every team looks at it. Everybody watches film and starts to look at things and kind of takes into consideration. What is the one matchup you're worried about with the Watchmen?
You know what? Honestly, I'm glad that they could say whoever's gonna come back can come back, so that there's no excuse. There's no, oh, we were missing this person, that person, because to come from a team 0 for nothing to a team that's becoming sort of the face of the league. Even though we haven't really won anything, and we're becoming the face of the league, we have, as they say, quote unquote, most marketable QB. Um, right now, like matchups that we're thinking about is we have the better matchup, and even though we've been winning all these games, we still feel like we haven't earned the respect that we should have earned. People thought the Heathens game was going to be a close game. I don't know why. Uh, People thought there were things that we can't get done that we did, and we still have more to prove. But even though they think it's a one man band, our offensive line is ready to show them. Wolverine has to try to get past me. You know what I'm saying? I play Shaq all day. He's a real good defensive tackle. So those are some of the matchups that we're thinking of. Our receivers, our receiver core is just too crazy. What I will say is they have a two QB system. That's something that we've been paying attention to. Their two QB system and how can we adjust getting used to one quarterback, then having to adjust to get to used to another quarterback, and then keep flipping, and who's going to be the better quarterback for them, and how do we keep going? But I think we have a game plan for both because even though they have a two QB system, they both play different. One's more of a
a
runner, one's more
question from
of a
the
pocket.
A7FL page says, JR, what's the one thing you noticed that changed between this year and last year in terms of recruiting? And if Brian can answer that question, you're more than welcome to answer that also.
Yeah,
Which, by the way,
uh,
welcome Brian Sebastian to the other side of the ball.
Thank you.
So we have
Appreciate you guys for having us on, man.
the
Really,
Sebastian
with the
brothers.
recruiting, what changed was, as my brother was saying before, we took it serious. We really weren't taking things serious for a while. It life started getting in the way. I know my brother went through it already, but it really was what it was. Life started getting in the way, and we just we weren't really taking things serious, and that's the biggest thing that changed was our mindset of how serious we took the whole thing. The first thing we did was put a management team together to make sure that our team gets managed correctly. Excuse me, in all aspects of the game and the organization, so everything could be ran smoothly. So we owe a lot of gratitude. We have a lot of gratitude for Dre and Joker. You know, those two guys helped us for the last 4 years be able to build things and recruit correctly. You know, it was a lot
Thank
of things that we went through behind closed doors that people don't know. A lot of fights and arguments and stuff. Who we should keep, what we should do, how we do this, how we do that. And you know, just at the end of the day, we made sure that we come together and we were all on the same page with everything we wanted to do, and we took shit from there, man. And recruiting, we started going out. My brother's always been into flag, and he's always played flag. He's won a lot of games. He's won a lot of money and stuff. So he knew the whole flag scene. He knew players out there. So he was doing a lot of recruiting there. I was doing a lot of recruiting out just on the town. And also, you know, guys that I knew from the league, guys like Trey and Liberty and all these other guys. You know, we kept talking to them and letting them know that, you know, here is where they should be. You know, that this is the place where if you want to get that championship, that's what we're building towards. You know, we don't have it yet, and as my brother said, in reality, we haven't won anything yet, but we're building towards that, and every season we feel as we're getting closer and closer, and this season is definitely one of those that we're taking off and we're popping off. So
you. And you
Let
know
me
what? I want to
let me
give
ask you guys a
thank.
question collectively since we got you both on here. Let me ask you guys this. When you look at the league, not your division, but the league, give me, because we've been going back and forth. Everybody's been voting on it. We've seen it. We've seen the top seven over and over and over all season long. I'm gonna throw all that out the window. Give me your top four teams right now.
East and West.
Yep.
All the
Yeah,
whole.
as a
All
division.
right. Well, I'll put it like this: you got to put the champs number one because they're the champs. You know. So every time those votes come out to my email, I always put Insomniacs number one. BIC number two. We're number three, and number four. I don't really know who to say, to tell you the truth. Um,
And I would say sick with it, but I don't know. I saw their quarterback. He was having some trouble with the Insomniacs. When they played each other, I was hoping that was going to be a way better game. I was expecting a better game, but they just didn't look the same as they did the year prior. No shade to the quarterback or nothing. It's just what I'm observing over here. But yeah, so the fourth spot is tough. Um, but for right now, it would have to be sick with it just because of the position they hold. But that's where I would stand right there. Now it could determine because I believe they play the Stealth this week.
No, they
So
play the stealth play the insomnia or sick with it plays the stealth this week. If that's what you're saying.
yeah, so since they play Stealth this week, that could be a good game. Hoping for a good game there, but just as much as you guys are like, oh, the Watchmen could be the upset to the Animals. We're thinking the Stealth could be the upset to Sick with it. Um, but the Stealth got to come out and play. Um, but that would probably be the top four. And also,
Okay.
I would
back
put
to just real quick
sorry
the
to cut you off,
recruiting.
bro, but I would put Watchmen at four, just because of the strength of schedule. Even though they did play the Heathens twice and everything like that,
Yeah,
but we all know competition here is just it's a little bit, you know, the bar is just a little. a little bit higher over here.
Look, man, I'm
It's
gonna stop you
football is
right there for
football. You
just a
play who
sec.
you
I'm gonna
got.
stop you right there for just a second because
Yes, sir.
we've heard it time and time again about the difference between the two divisions. And the fact of the matter is the Insomniacs are the two-time champs. Looking at
For sure.
getting ready to go into the playoffs for the third season as the two-time champs. So what I'm getting at with this is every time I hear, well, we're a little bit different. Fact of the matter is, man, you have a West Coast team that have won back-to-back championships.
Yes, but that's one West
Yeah.
Coast team. So now if you look at the games from the West to the East, from what
Hmm.
my brother means by that is majority of the games, if you're gonna watch from the West, you know they're gonna be blowouts, especially if it's against the Insomniacs. But if you're looking at the East, you have games that you're like, man, who could win that game? You think this team, you think that team. If you think parlays,
Hey,
and you place
I'll
them
give you your
bets, it would
credence.
be
I'll give you your
harder to
credence
place
on that
bets on the
with
East
what
and
you're
the West.
saying, and I understand what you're saying. But what I'm saying is, how long has the East been playing?
It's no dispute on the Insomniacs, but as long as we've been playing, we have more teams out here
Yeah,
with
I was just gonna
each
say
team
overall
having
they just
a
got
little
more
better
teams.
talent.
Look, man, a win is a win is a win is a win. So I ain't gonna take nothing away from them. But they won the championship by a point. They won the championship at the end on the play that if my man keeps his eyes up and makes a sure tackle, we probably won't be having these
When
conversations.
when
But
y'all played
again,
BIC, what
if
was the score?
like my man said, if was a
All right,
fifth,
what
we'll
did
all be
Knox just
drunk.
say? What was the
So
score of you guys
What was the
against
score?
BIC?
What was the score when y'all played BIC?
we lost by them by
53-51.
2 points.
So
It was
all these
52 to
games,
50.
right. So that's what I'm saying. All these games have been pretty close. So whether I get what you were saying as far as like the competition being different, you feel me? I just got more teams. You feel me? So with y'all having more teams and just overall just having the amount of motherfuckers that's just even interested in playing, you feel me? Like it
No, I
makes for
understand
great
completely.
competition. You
So what
feel
I
So
me?
just to let y'all know too, like BIC was the only close game. Everybody else got belt to
No,
ass by
a hundred
28 or
percent.
more.
A hundred
now
percent. If you tune back into like old shows, we was even saying that. You know what I mean? Like with that being y'all first season for real, like y'all was like you just said, whooping on shit. You feel me? So to even see the game that y'all was able to put on against what would been y'all face coming out the East, it made for great television. You feel me? It made for great content. You feel me? So that's why even we were saying like what made it to where y'all went and recruited to where y'all knew y'all can get past them to where you can get to that bag. You feel me? A
and
lot of teams be focused on playing certain teams instead of being focused on the bag.
well, that's one thing we differ. We were focused on the end goal, but DT and Jeff helped out a lot as well with the recruiting, and who they were able to
Big
bring as
time.
well to the team. But going back to the comparison to our game with BIC and then BIC and Insomniacs, because they both ended in a 2 point difference. When we lost to BIC by two, we felt as though the better team lost that day. You could do all the preparation, and it still doesn't guarantee a win at the end. You could do everything right and still lose at the end. And that's kind of what happened to us. And just like we felt that we were the better team that lost, I feel like BIC felt last year they were the better team that lost in the chip. You know, they were dominating most of the game in the chip. It flopped here and there, but majority of the game they were dominating the game. Then from
Not
there,
not not
Just real
necessarily.
quick, hold on, guys. Just real quick, Dub, we can't hear you. I see you're talking, but we can't hear a word you're saying. Your mic's not on.
Probably got to switch his audio.
Yeah. So I hear what you guys are saying. I see what you're saying, and the argument can be made about you know 20 different ways about how things are broken down and how players play and how teams play.
mm,
The reality is going to be different, obviously, when all of this what we could talk, and all I'm saying is all of us can talk about it. We can argue, we can have fun with it, we can talk about the way it's going to go, and how
Can you
we
hear me
see
now?
it come Sunday,
Okay.
it's all going to be different.
Okay. All right.
We all
I'll
know
I'll try.
this.
I'll try this again, and this is for both brothers. So this is a rematch from March 30th, and you guys beat them 58-32, if I'm not mistaken. So my question is, what do you expect differently from the Watchmen in this second go round than you did back on March 30th?
They're gonna have. We're expecting them to have the other quarterback. The first time we played, they didn't have the other quarterback. We're expecting them to have Cardo back and a few other people that they were missing before. Um, and it's chess, man. We're lining up our pieces, and we're like, hey, this person will be the best. Excuse me, to go up against this person, and that's exactly how we're playing it.
Yeah,
And that's all there is to it. They have people that weren't there before, and we're expecting them to be there this time. Hopefully, they all show up. Not sure what happened last time. I know both quarterbacks were in the state, but only one showed up to the game. So hopefully this time everybody shows up. But we don't run from nobody. We're not scared of nobody. We're ready to play ball against everybody. So now that they're gonna have the other people that they were saying they were missing, let's see what happens. But we're expecting again at the end of the day, we are expecting to come out victorious, um, and head over to Vegas to play the Insomniacs. You know, that's just how we
Here's
feel.
I expect them to
here's
come out and try to play bully ball like they usually do. They're gonna try to come out and assert their dominance. They're gonna try to intimidate, talk all the shit in the world. It's fun when you play Baltimore, man. I don't know why people don't like playing Baltimore. I love playing Baltimore because I love to talk shit. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a banger, man. It's gonna be a banger. But if they think we're gonna slow down, they they got something coming to them, man. Because our offense, man, we're on full go all the time. And this defense right now, it's not last year's defense where we were giving up a shitload of points every game. The first thing we did this offseason, I'm sorry, was to make sure that our secondary was up to par. So I just want to give a shout out to our secondary because those guys, man, Rob, Axel, Wheeler, Dennis, you have a whole bunch of them, man. They've been doing a great job. Our 3-on-1 teams just been phenomenal. I know Pack over there, they're used to him returning stuff. The first game, we were able to shut him down and keep him out of the end zone on that 3-on-1. So that's big right there. And, what we've been preaching since the Heathens game halftime is full go. You know what I mean? Foot on gas all day long. So my guys are ready to go, man. I don't fear going into battle against no team, going onto the field against no team, because I know the guys that I got on that sideline are gonna give it their all, and they're gonna make sure that we come out on top, man. So when we get
another.
to Vegas, I don't know. I'm sorry I misspelled the Fiji, but make sure you have my Fiji water for me. All right.
You
Well,
might
that
have
shit
to
gonna be
stop at
straight
7-Eleven
out
to
the
get that shit yourself.
tap with
Just
some
saying.
ice.
No,
Yeah, with some ice and some lemon slices. You know
Now,
what I mean?
Yeah,
see,
listen,
you
lemon
said you
slices.
missed the part when I said fresh out the tap from the from
Oh
the
yeah,
from the
fresh out the tap. Oh,
schoolyard.
trust me, I
From
know.
the,
I remember
yeah,
how that goes.
they
Trust me,
got
I'm a
you.
I'm a '80s baby. You could give me the hose. I'll be good with that.
That's
Swear
about
to
as
God,
man,
good
right
as
in
trying to
the
tell
getting
you.
the
front.
hose.
Another question for the brothers. Who do you think on your guys' squad? Who do you think has not gotten talked about enough this season for you guys?
Hmm.
That's a good question.
Hmm. Let's go with. Oh
Yeah.
damn, there's a couple.
Rob,
First one is Benny Blanco. I call him Benny Blanco. That's Benny Jones right there. Number 24, our defensive
23.
end, rookie defensive end, man. This young man is a baller, bro. He's a beast, man. When I met him, he man, he impressed me as soon as I met him, bro. Like he came out from Philly to try out. He just he made like 2-3 plays, and as soon as I seen that, I'm like, yo, Benny, welcome to the team, bro, because ain't no more you got to do, bro. Like, shit is on lock. So definitely watch out for Benny. Like I said, man, they talk about him, but not as much. Every game he steps out there, I've counted 3 sacks or more for him. So this guy's a monster, man. Like, Trey is another one that people haven't been talking about. And I think because of the rest of the defense, Trey has been, he's been going quiet throughout the season, but he's having another DPOY type of season, man. If you really look at it, I mean, Trey's been balling. Another one too is number 21, Cousin Man. Like, they call him man for a reason. He a grown ass man, and you gonna know it every time he hits you. You feel me? He's been in this league for a minute, but bro, he's a baller. He don't do nothing else but go ahead and knock motherfuckers' heads off. You feel me?
You
Another
got
one to me is Vine, number 14, bro. My man, I keep telling them, stop playing my boy Vine, bro. Put him on that field and give him that fucking post route. He burning everybody. Fastest motherfucker out there, bro. Y'all seen what he did against the Heathens, man. He was just, you feel me? I think he just came out of work from fucking putting some roofs together. I don't know, but my man was, bro, he be on some other shit, man. So, yeah,
we
we,
got
we got a
we have
couple ballers, man.
Robert Long. I think he's leading the league in interceptions right now. Axel is the one that had the big hit that everybody was
Strap.
talking about in the 3-on-1. Same with Dennis. We got good corners. Um, they've been talking about Zay, but I don't think they've been talking about him. He's another rookie tight end. Um, man, he's guaranteed at least 3-4 pancakes a game. More. That's just minimal.
And
Um,
real quick, just
he's a
collectively too, not for nothing, shout out to that offensive line, man. Y'all don't be showing my offensive line enough love, bro. We
Nah,
barely give up sacks the whole
bro, that's because they
season.
got to run for
Every
their
time
life.
we do something, it's something different. Oh, nah, they didn't rush them. Oh, nah, they didn't do
Nah,
this.
bro.
Oh, they ain't
Bender and them
man,
be running for
shut
their
up.
life,
We be
bro.
busting their asses what the
Them
problem is. Shout out to that
niggas be
O-line,
running for
man.
their life.
Yeah, you must be talking about the East Coast not giving you guys love because we don't call y'all games. So
Yeah, that's Corey. That's Corey. Nah, I'm playing.
hey,
he's
hey,
Corey
take
ass be
that up.
talking
Take
hella
that up
Nah,
shit.
with
Corey,
Corey.
my man.
Take that up
That's
with
my
Corey
man
because
right
we
there.
don't
I'm
call
fucking
y'all's
with him.
games. We call our games out here. We don't call y'all's games. If we did, we would give you guys love because we recognize offensive lines and defensive lines. But if you want to take that argument, take that up with Corey on their show. On our show, we show y'all love. So when we see a big
Oh,
man
for sure.
pancaking people, we talk about that. We don't let that shit slide. So
That's
trust
what
me
I'm
when I
talking
say if
about.
we catch that, we gonna talk about it.
Nah, for real. And for real though, we do notice the love y'all give us, man. This whole season has been a lot of love, and we appreciate it for real.
We gotta talk about talent where talent is. And even though at the beginning of this, the East Coast didn't give us a lot of love as we started up on the West Coast. That's fine. We decided that the only way to get that respect was to take that respect, and the
exactly.
Insomniacs did that. And so when I'm sitting there talking to y'all, I don't look at this as a flat out rivalry where these guys have to be about this or that. Look, man, this is the league. You in the league, right? And people could talk the shit that they want. Okay, you're not in the NFL. Okay, so this is still something that the NFL players are talking about. This is
Exactly.
still something that dudes I've stood next to an ex NFL player that is out of the league right now 2 years ago in a playoff game that literally looked at me and said, "You motherfuckers are crazy." An NFL offensive lineman told me that for playing this game.
Why you tell you that
What
shit,
these
Chris?
guys are doing. So keep that in mind. So when we're sitting here talking about this, man, look, I've said it before, I'll say it again. This is still and will always be a fraternity of brothers playing football. And
Bless you.
we will show the teams that are showing up and showing out. We'll always show y'all love. And we've talked about y'all all season long.
Yes, y'all
For
have,
sure,
man.
man. And we
Much
appreciate it. We really do, man.
shouting us out.
All right.
So
We
hopefully
got
the East
10
Coast
minutes to
has
go.
a little more love.
We have 4
Who we
games to
got?
pick. All right. So the other East Coast matchup to determine who goes to the Final Four takes place
Why you
also.
your shit static?
Well, that's because I'm outside in my car getting ready to go to work soon. That's why I
Give
sound like
him, man.
that.
Give him some slack. He's
My
trying to
bad.
get to work. He's trying to get to
No,
work. Give him some
hey,
slack.
I'm just trying to make sure my headphone wasn't tripping.
No, your headphones
No,
ain't tripping. You got a little static. But go ahead, Dub.
All right, my bad,
no,
Dub.
but we have a rematch from Week 1 between the Renegades and the BIC, to which the BIC won by a dropped conversion by the Renegades. Do we expect the same type of game in Week 1, or does the BIC be the BIC against the Renegades? Who wants to make the first prediction?
The BIC is going to be the BIC that we all expected. But that's if they all show up. That's the only thing with BIC this season is how many come to the game. You know,
Man,
if
you
that
just took it right
14,
out of my
15
mouth,
come
man.
that came week 1, then it might be another close, tight game. But if they have all of them, those Florida guys and everybody else, the legendary players and Lottie, whatever, then yeah, BIC, they're gonna blow them out the
No,
water.
I'll spin it this way. I expect BIC to be BIC, but then Florida guys, I don't think are going to come. I don't think that's what we're looking at. I don't think that it's what's going to happen. We'll see what happens on Sunday, but I think BIC is going to show up and be BIC, and I think that game is going to be what we expect of a BIC team. I think BIC is going to do their thing, and BIC will wind up being victorious and one of the teams that's heading down here for the Final Four.
Yeah, I think it'll be like 32, 33 to 7, BIC. Not doubting the Renegades or nothing, but again, like my brother said, if the BIC team that we're expecting comes out and they have all their linemen, they have all their receivers, all their entire defense, and they're not missing nobody, I think they're gonna have a real good game. Also, I expected a lot more of the Renegades, but week one's playoff game, it was just a little different. So that's why also I'm thinking BIC is coming out with a heavy victory, 33-7.
I'm not going against Terry, and that's all I'm going to
Well,
say.
the second game that we got to call, y'all can't call, can't give your thoughts on it. Can't give your thoughts on it. I know you want to, but you can't call it. Can't give your thoughts on it. You got to hold that inside and let us call this. So the second game, Dub.
Animals and the Watchmen rematch from March the 30th, which resulted in a 58-32 win for the Animals. Um, Basically, Tinder's had 3 weeks to get healthy, and I know he is chomping at the bit to get back on the field. Um, but I got a huge day coming from Manny Diaz. I think Manny Diaz at
That motherfucker.
worst, at worst, Manny Diaz will have a hat trick for touchdowns at worst.
Yeah.
That's the very
Guaranteed.
least. But I have the Animals advancing and looking forward to see Mr. Tinder live and in person, if you will, live and live in color, if you will. But I do have the and like I said, the Watchmen are a very good team. I played some tough games, had 2 tough wins. It's going to be a battle, but I just think the Animals will have enough at the end to beat the Watchmen. That's just my thoughts.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take the animals with. It's probably gonna end up being like the same score. I'm gonna take the same score that they ended with last time.
Man, I'm the only one that's going to go out on a limb here. Okay. I'll go out on the limb. And no, I'm not going against the Animals, just so y'all know. I see y'all laughing. Go ahead. Brian laughing, everybody laughing, but I'm not going against the Animals. What I was going to say was, I think that the score is going to be a little bit closer than what it was, but I still like the Animals pulling out the win, and it ain't going to be one of those close games. I still think y'all win, but I think it's going to be about a 14-point differential.
Well, Tinder did come on here and say Animals minus 14. So
I'm agreeing with him.
before you came on, Chris, Tinder did say
he
Animals
did
by
say
14.
that, yeah.
Yep.
My
Well, I did
boy
not
be
see
nice.
that.
He be too
I did
nice
not see that.
sometimes.
I did not
I
see
don't
that. I
know.
gotta admit,
I
I
got the
didn't see that.
Animals,
I'm just saying that my feelings are y'all win the game by 14. We're just gonna leave it out there.
All right. Switching things over to the rest, we have the Gold and the Insomniacs. The Gold have done some good things. They finally experienced victory. Had chances to win multiple games, but they have not scored a single point against the champs all year long. I don't think that's going to change. I'm just going to leave it at that. But again, shout out to Jeremiah Reeves. Like I said, you guys have done some good things. You guys are trending upward. Continue that, and hopefully you guys can really make some noise in 26. But I'm not going against the pack of wolves.
Man,
It's
look.
over in the first quarter.
It
I'm
can't.
sorry.
B,
But
stop reading
from
my
what I
mind, man.
saw, the first
Get out of my head.
round playoff game from the Insomniacs, yeah, it's over in the first quarter, dog. Like that just be crazy over there. Like they put up 30 something, 40 something the first quarter. I'm like, damn. Yeah, he said they
And
bugging right now.
and hey, to the Vegas teams, I want to say, man, I've been there, man. My brother and I, we've been there. It ain't like we've been a top notch team our whole time.
Mhm.
Obviously, everyone knows
Keep
that.
working.
You know, we've been there. Just keep working, man. And what my guy from the Insomniac said when he said get better friends, he's right, man. He's not wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, he's dead ass.
Just try to surround yourself around better ballers, man, and bring new talent to the league. Don't just try to recruit within the league. Bring new talent to the league, man, and actually give these guys a run for the money and smack them in their mouth. Um, until that happens, the Insomniacs are gonna keep running things over there. Hopefully, they continue to come because I know a lot of them been saying they win it this year. That's it, they're done. Um, Obviously, I think we're gonna win it this year, us the Animals. But you know, whatever happens, happens. And if they do three-peat, not only will they be the first team to do it, but leaving on that note would be cool. But still, man, I think they should stick around, keep playing. Like he said, it would be easy money for them, so just keep playing, and hopefully Vegas does keep progressing with the talent. And you lower tier teams over in Vegas, man, just keep fighting, man. Keep recruiting, keep trying to get better every single game, man, and go out there and surprise them. And when you get that first surprise win, let everybody be like, "Hey, yo, it's because this person was missing. Nah, they weren't feeling good, or they only had 7 players, or whatever." You know what I'm saying? Let other people make the excuse for the other team of why they lost and why y'all won,
Well, we
but
got
definitely
1 minute.
bring better talent to the team.
We got 1 minute.
Insomniac,
Let's talk about the last game.
Insomniac 70-0.
There you
God
go.
damn.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say I just like the Insomniacs. We'll leave it at that. And we got one more game because I know Dub's got to get into work. So let's say it real quick. Not real quick, but Stealth versus Sick.
Sick with it, 33-24.
Okay. B,
Nah,
what you
I
got?
got like 42-12.
Brian, what you got?
I'm going with that 40 plus type thing. But sick with it. I think they win by like 3 touchdowns. So yeah, Stealth will still score.
I'm gonna go with what I thought the score was the end of the first time they played. I'm gonna say it's gonna be the final score is gonna be 42-10. Well, I don't know if Dub's still with us. I know he was walking in at 7 o'clock. So, fellas, let me just say, appreciate y'all joining us on
Definitely.
this 136th episode of The Other Side of the Ball. I'll see if my my colleague has a little bit of time. I see he's back on here. Dub, can you hear us? No,
I can hear y'all, but I don't understand why I'm sounding all staticky.
Yep. No, man. Go ahead, man. We're at the end, man. What you got? Close us out.
Not well. Well, first off, special thanks to the Esteban brothers for joining us. The door is always open, and good luck this Sunday against the Watchmen. And hopefully, we will see you guys make that trip out here to Vegas for the Final Four, which takes place on June the 8th here in the entertainment capital of the world. Catch all the games, as always, on A7FL.tv. Again, it's the road to the Final Four. The East has their Final Four this Sunday. Their two comes out here to face our Final Four on June the 8th. So be
And
there.
we'll be watching. We'll be watching.
We definitely will be for sure. But
hell yeah.
But again, special thanks to the Santisteban brothers for joining us. The Animals, again, good luck against the Watchmen. 425 for Mr. Bear. And for everybody here at the A7FL, we say thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the other side of the ball. Enjoy the playoffs this upcoming Sunday.
Thanks for having us.